Hi, this is Dan from Conjurer. I sing and play guitar, and you're watching Noizze.
Thank you so much for coming to sit with us today. I really do appreciate the opportunity to chat with you today. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Weather's a bit much,
Oh my God, it's so hot. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Have you been here the entire festival?
no, we only turned up today about midday. But would have liked to have been here longer. I'd have liked to see Protest the Hero, but that all went downhill,
Yeah,
didn't it?
unfortunately, these things do happen. Unfortunately, and it's a bit of a shame that you didn't have the opportunity to see the entirety of the festival. But if you had done, who was it that? What kind of bands would you have liked to have seen? Other than Protest the Hero, who unfortunately fell out.
I'll hopefully be around to watch Employed to Serve today. They're good friends and they're just bloody great live.
Yeah.
Trying to remember now, there's that many bands on there. Jan at the minute, our drummer, he's currently watching Sickening. He's absolutely obsessed with them, and
Yeah.
I've never. They played our hometown years and years ago.
Yeah.
At just sort of. I say local band night, obviously they're not
Yeah.
local, but they played this thing called Full Metal Racket,
Oh, yeah.
and there was just a big buzz about them, and
Yeah.
this was just as a lot of the technical
Yeah.
metal music was starting to rise up,
Yeah.
and to this day I've never known anything about them, so I'm a bit gutted that I didn't get to see them.
Yeah, no, that is a bit of a shame. But you played today at 2:30, 3:30,
Yeah.
something like that. The annoying thing that I was doing interviews and I really wanted to see you guys. I'm really miffed about that. But how did you feel that you played?
I think we did pretty well.
Yeah.
It was one of those gigs where you you start playing and there's about 20 people
Yeah.
in the room, and then by the time you finish the bridge of the song, you
Yeah.
look up and there's about 200 people there.
Yeah.
But no, really well. It was a little bit difficult to know how tight we were because of the echo of the room.
Yeah.
We're not used to playing stages that big at all.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a lot of it is just kind of I think we're at this point of the song. But I had fun. I've been ill the last week with
Oh, I'm sorry.
tonsillitis, so I've only just recovered today, just
Yeah.
about. But
That's good.
we got through all right.
Fantastic. How do you actually find doing festival shows as opposed to regular shows?
They're a lot more daunting, I can tell you that. We're so. As a lot of up and coming bands
Yeah.
are, you're so much used to just like clubs and pubs and things like that.
Yeah.
And we've been at festivals before, and
Yeah.
we always enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where we kind of. This isn't to kind of play down the sets we play, but it's kind of like we want to play the set and then enjoy the rest of the day,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So as much as we enjoy our sets, it's just kind of like, oh, what else is about, who else is on, sort of thing. So it's obviously a lot more of an event because it is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's very odd. It's very odd being in front of that many people
Yeah.
and just kind of. This isn't to sound arrogant at all, but being one band of 100 or so that are on a day. Usually, obviously, if you're playing a local gig,
Yeah.
you're one of 4, one of 5, something like that.
Yeah.
But it is very much just kind of right, you're on now. Right, now what? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's just as cool as
Yeah.
playing normal shows. There's so many. For instance, as soon as we rocked up, people are just loading stuff out of the car, and it's like, I haven't had to lug anything in. This is
Yeah.
wonderful. But it's so much more. Well, it's a crew. It's so much
Yeah.
better run than
Yeah.
gigs we've played. But
Oh, that's good. That's fantastic. I'm glad that you are enjoying everything so far and having that kind of experience. You mentioned about the tech metal scene. Do you find that this audience? What do you think about the tech metal scene in itself? First of all.
Well, it's kind of a weird one because when
Yeah.
I was in college, I remember a friend recommended Periphery to me.
Yep.
And that was just as the first album came out.
Yep.
So I saw that as very, very new, and I'm sure a lot of people
Yep.
jumped on at that
Yep.
point as well.
Yep.
But Misha had Bulb and all the
Yeah.
demos and all sorts of stuff
Yeah.
milling around before that.
Uh-huh.
But I really jumped on that album.
Okay.
I really, really loved that. But unfortunately, I didn't really stay on the bandwagon for that long.
Yeah.
I loved that album, and then quite quickly you saw how many bands were like, right, that's the formula, do that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so it was kind of like, just as it was all coming up,
Yeah.
I kind of backed away.
Fair enough.
Because I loved the technicality of everything,
Yep.
but then I realised how much people solely focused on that.
Sure.
And
Okay.
I've always been someone who's just like, I'd much rather someone be playing 3 chords and it be the best song ever
Sure.
than someone like whittling constantly.
Okay. Fair
And
enough.
it feels like now it's all kind of evened out a lot
Okay.
more.
That's
There's a
interesting.
lot more kind of, people have realised that you can't just rely on one thing. There
Yeah.
is a lot more in terms of, I mean, even a band that aren't really in the tech metal scene, a band like Prestamiko, like they have links and stuff.
Yeah.
But you realise, I mean, especially with their latest album,
Yeah.
like it's so much more. I don't want to say, I hate using the word mainstream.
Yeah, sure.
Because everyone puts negative connotations on it, but like they've been able to mix technicality and groove, and
Yeah.
they've just been able to kind of integrate things a lot better. And I
Yeah.
feel it's the same with a lot of bands. Like you can see by the TechFest lineup today, there's so much more variety in there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just the thing. It's not me slagging off the tech metal scene and being like, oh, you don't do much, because the scene itself has gone, no, yeah, like that's a fair shout. Like
Yeah.
people have started
Branching
broadening
out.
their
Yeah. Yeah.
horizons, and I think that's a wicked thing. Like
Yeah.
we wouldn't be on this lineup if it wasn't for that.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, what about the audiences? Do you find that it responds quite well to you
Yeah,
guys?
I mean, I thought the response today was really good. I mean, I didn't expect it to be a bad response.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not to sound arrogant or
Yeah.
anything, but it feels like, I mean, recently we played a pop punk show a couple of weeks ago,
Oh, yeah.
and we were kind of like, oh god, what are they going to do?
Yeah. That must have been interesting.
And so we were just kind of like, well, we're not going to kind of we're not going to win anyone over, we don't think, so we may as well just play the heaviest set we have.
Yeah, yeah.
So we did that, and it went off. Everyone loved it, and we were just like, that's one of the best shows we've played.
Oh, brilliant.
Like, people absolutely went off for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't expect anything from anyone,
Yeah.
like whether it's a fan or anything. So like, if no one comes up and says good show, I'm fine with that. But like, to have, with that show and this show, like it's been such a good response, and that's not just from people talking to us, but
Yeah.
looking out in the crowd. Like, I don't usually take much time to kind of stand back and take everything in.
Yeah,
I'm very
yeah.
much kind of in the moment.
Yeah.
But today I was able to kind of think, how are we doing? And then look out in the crowd and just be like, we're doing okay. That's cool.
Well, that's good. That's good. Okay, going back to sort of like genre as a whole. I mean, first of all, like, if you were to ascribe a genre to you guys, where would you go with that?
Oh god. We've been asked this a lot and we still don't know the answer.
It's all right. Genre is a weird
Yeah,
concept.
I mean, it's kind of, I don't want to say we're oblivious to genre, because obviously everyone, if you say sludge metal, people know what
Yeah.
that means. If you say tech metal, people know what that means.
Yeah.
But in terms of like when we've gone to write our songs,
Yeah.
we're completely oblivious to it. And
Sure.
that's not to say that we come along and go, we're tearing up the rule book or anything like that.
Okay.
It's not like that at all. It's more a kind of just, if this song sounds good, it goes in.
Sure.
Like that's kind of it. I mean, we obviously take our influences from bands like Gojira and
Yeah.
Mastodon and Converge and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But in terms of a genre tag, like, we tried to come up with one, because
Yeah.
we were just like, we gotta try and be accurate,
Yeah.
but we're gonna sound so pretentious in the
Yeah.
process. So we had, because like obviously our music's like pretty doomy, pretty
Yeah.
heavy. Like at bits it goes a bit fast,
Yeah.
but then especially with a lot of the newer stuff, it goes quite gritty and it goes quite light and stuff
Okay.
like that. And like we really like bands like, well, me and Brady really like bands like Cult of Luna and Mouth of the Architect and stuff. So we were like, well, that's post metal, and then we have sludge metal.
Yeah.
Are we post sludge?
Okay.
So we went with that, and we were like, if people think it's corny, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And if people hop onto it, then great. We know how to describe ourselves. But yeah, it didn't really. I think we gave up on that like pretty soon. So
No.
now it doesn't feel right to just say we're metal,
Sure.
but it doesn't really feel right to say we're anything. So Brady kind of jokingly just calls us UK based riff music. that's
enough.
just kind of that's
Okay,
kind of what we've
that's
gone
an interesting
with.
way of coining it, like your music and everything. I mean, yeah, genre it has its limits and it has its advantages, disadvantages. If we used to completely remove genre from like the equation, how do you guys go about writing your music?
Well, we're not a jam band. We're not a band that goes into a practice studio and, hey guys, I got this riff. Oh,
Yeah.
I've got this one. Oh,
Yeah.
they kind of fit together. It's not like that at all. It's even when I was in older bands and stuff, like
Yeah.
from like 10 years ago, like I've always used Guitar Pro, and it's been a really important thing for me because it's helped me learn a lot in terms of theory.
Yeah.
Even though I don't use it at all, like it has helped in some like it's helped visualizing the song.
Yeah.
And it's helped seeing right, this goes here, this goes there. Like I've always needed things kind of explaining to me.
Sure.
Like even if you're watching like an art house film or
Yeah.
something, I'm not very good at kind of coming up with my own opinion.
All right, okay.
I like to see things for myself and see other people's opinions. And
Okay.
so it's kind of the same with music. Like I can listen to a song and
Yeah.
I can know if I like it or not, but if I see one of my own songs
Yeah.
on a screen, and it's kind of like, right, this goes here, this goes there.
Yeah.
Right, I can shove this in here.
Yeah.
Things being under a microscope, they just kind of help me a bit better. And I
Okay,
know
makes sense.
with our drummer Jan, like he's very much in the same kind of mindset as me. Like he can hear a song and he can know if he likes it or not.
Yeah.
But when you're creating something of your own, it's nice to, I don't know, it's kind of mathematical,
Yeah.
kind of scientific in laying everything out
Sure.
and just arranging, like
Yeah.
almost like being a chef, if that's
Sure.
not too pretentious a thing to say. Like it's
Interesting comparison.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just kind of how we do it. Like sometimes it would be much easier and maybe more enjoyable to just be like, this goes there, that goes there, that goes there, play
Yeah.
it, done. Like that's kind of it. But
I
I
know.
don't know.
I feel like sometimes you do have to explore songs. I mean, the way that you just that goes there, that goes there. It sounds just too formulaic, too not
Yeah.
organic enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, well, this year saw the release of your first album, Maya. Yeah, I just knew I was going to mispronounce that. That's just double checking myself. How do you feel that was received? First of all,
Way better than we expected.
yeah,
Like no, like I don't think. I think you've got to be pretty arrogant to
yeah,
be in a band and have that question asked to you about your album and go, yeah, we completely expected the response that we
sure.
got. Like unless you were purposely going into studio to write a piece of crap,
I
then
see.
you come
Yeah, yeah.
out and go, yeah, we knew people would hate it, but
Yeah.
no, we didn't expect it at all. Like the thing is, it's so difficult to kind of chart a band's progress when you're in one.
Yeah, yeah,
So to us, we just wrote some songs. We were
yeah,
like, right, we're going to book some studio time. We recorded it, spent ages
yeah,
like getting the artwork done for it because we
yeah.
just like we came out of the studio and they were like, right, okay, we want to get it released by like the end of July, and we were like,
Ah,
what? And they're
yeah.
like, yeah, have you got artwork, music video, this, that? And we were like, oh, we haven't even thought about any of that. So
Fair.
like, we spend ages trying to do that, and it finally comes out
Yeah.
like a year after it's recorded,
Yep.
and it's just kind of like, it's out now.
Yeah.
And then come the interviews, and
Yeah.
there come the reviews, and it's like all the offers coming through the door,
Yeah.
and like something I still am like trying to come to grips with today is
Yeah.
when we did our release tour for it.
Yep.
That was booked with the intention of the album being out by then.
Yeah.
But something happened with like I'm trying to get the right words for it. Basically, the guy who was supposed to be putting everything up, on the database like iTunes, so it comes up with
Oh, right,
all
yeah.
the. I think it's called Grace Note or something.
Oh, right, okay,
When
yeah.
it comes up,
Yeah.
you put a CD in, it'll say, "Is this band, this album, this song,
Yeah,
is this?"
the metadata on
yeah,
this, yeah.
that was all cocked up or something.
Oh,
The
right,
guy who
okay.
was meant to be like sending all that information off lost his job or something. And one of the last things he was meant to do was our album. So we got a message through from Hodor, and they were just kind of like, yeah, it's going to be delayed another couple of weeks. So by the time we did the release tour, the album wasn't out. But that kind of helped because then we were like, well, the only way you can get the album is if you come to one of these shows. And when we played the Black Heart, it sold out. And we were like, oh my god, that's incredible. And then it was only after that we realised, hold on, it sold out and the album wasn't even out yet. Oh my god! Like we
Yeah.
sold out the Black Heart without an album being out, so that still blows our minds.
One of the big achievements for the band, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and that was easily the best show that we've ever done. Like seeing it sold out, seeing completely new faces in the crowd, faces from like the first show, best friend right at the front, starting pits and stuff. We're not really a pit band, but they were starting pits, and it was just incredible. And like it's still just rolling on, even like playing Bloodstock, playing here. Even though we did it last year, we didn't expect to be on the main stage this year. It's just kind of like, again, like I said about charting a band's progress, it's difficult to see how far you've come until you're actually playing the shows you've been booked for. So like, I dare say when we get to Bloodstock, like playing the Sophie Lancaster stage, it's going to be like, we played the New Blood stage a couple of years ago, now we're here. It's just like, it is mind-boggling, and we greatly appreciate it. But it is difficult to process a lot of the stuff.
Well, it's good you're getting in these successes and everything. It sounds like things are going in a really positive direction, and hopefully we'll just see a lot more of this. If we was to look at your entire catalogue for a moment, I just wondered if you had any favourites of your songs, and if so, why?
It's a difficult one because it does change from day to day, from gig to gig, from tour to tour. But I mean, I think collectively amongst the four of us, the opening song off the album "Choke" is our favourite because it was weirdly one of the most easy to put together, and it was like, I don't know, it just kind of encompassed everything we wanted to do. We've never been great at like being angry, like we've always been kind of miserable. So, and that song was very much like, it wasn't about like personal struggles or anything. It was about something outside of that really bothered us, and we wanted to write about it. It's the most angry song we have, and live, I think that comes through. I think even just in the song on the album, it comes through, and it just kind of, it's a great start to the set, even though we're knackered by the end of it.
Fair enough.
I think that's kind of the collective favourite.
Excellent. So it always gets a good response and things like that as well.
I mean, there's a drop in it that I still like every time.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I just want to finish off with a question that's basically here at Noizze. We're quite interested in some of the bands that don't, because it's difficult making it in music, and certainly a lot of talented bands out there just don't get the exposure that they should have, either because marketing or something like that, they just haven't met the right people or anything like that, just haven't found their audiences yet or anything like that. So what I'm building to is, I wondered if you wanted to give a shout out to anyone that you may have toured with or you've seen that you feel like could do with that big shout out.
I mean, it's a no-brainer for us. We've just a couple of weeks ago we finished, about a month or so now. We finished our first European tour with a band called Pine, Pijn.
Oh, okay.
And
I got that wrong. Thank
it's
you.
Dutch for pain or ache.
Okay.
Pain or ache. It's one of those two. But they're a brilliant post-metal band, very Godspeed influenced, very post-metal influenced. So things like Isis and Mouth of the Architect, things like that. A lot of the things we love, they're very much in that realm. And they have like cello and violinists, and they have pedal steel and everything. Unfortunately, they don't always get to have the strings and the pedal steel at their shows because they're all super busy.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So like some of them are teachers and stuff, so they don't always get to play. But they're absolutely wonderful as a band and wonderful people. And we're currently writing with them for we're doing 2 sets at Arcton Gent this year. One of them is our own set, and one of them is a collaboration set with them.
Cool.
And we're in the midst of writing that, and we're having so much fun with it.
Yeah, I bet.
So many Queen vibes, as people seem to be shocked to hear. I mean, it shocks us. But
that's really interesting, actually. When are you playing that?
That is, oh god, you're asking the dates. It's in August.
Okay.
I know it's in August. I think it's after Bloodstock, the weekend after Bloodstock or something.
Okay.
But yeah, it's another Thursday, Friday, Saturday deal.
Sure.
So we're doing the Pine and Conjurer set on the Thursday, and then our own set on the Friday.
Okay.
And they very kindly let us listen to their new album that's coming out by the end of this year.
Cool.
and it's really ruddy good.
Okay,
And
so that's one
yeah,
to look out for, and certainly that collaboration gig sounds like an exciting move and everything. That's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's been wicked because like
Yeah,
I was always kind of like I've never been like scared of that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
I mean, Alex from Holy Raw to do this
yeah,
collaboration set, and it was like, oh, we're gonna have the time to do it. Like,
yeah,
who's gonna be like the main songwriter?
yeah,
We've got all these parts to write for.
yeah,
I was really apprehensive at first,
yeah.
but once we got in a room with them and we came up with what we came up with, I
It
was
melded
just
very well.
I
Yeah,
was just like, I
yeah,
have no worries about doing
brilliant.
this at all, and like. Now I think some of the other guys are kind of like, oh god, we're going to be ready in time. I was like, we are, and it's going to be sick.
Fantastic. Well, we'll have that to look forward to. Listen, thank you so much for your time today. Really do appreciate you sitting with us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this festival.
You too, man. Thank you
Thanks.
very much.